Hey, Freddy with CJ Pony Parts. If you've been following our Project F-150 EcoBoost, you've seen we've done a lot of LED upgrades to it to improve the output of the lights and safety. Today we're going to improve the look of the truck by installing this Starkey LED Raptor style grille in our 2016 F-150. This LED grille light, which is made in the USA, features 3 amber LEDs on a black powder coated frame that is already pre-wired and ready to go in the truck. This LED grille light kit is inspired by the SVT Raptor grille lights and will mount up to every Ford grille and almost every aftermarket grille for your F-150. For this installation, you'll need a 1/4-inch ratchet, a 7mm socket, 8mm socket, 10mm socket, an extension, 10mm wrench, flathead screwdriver, pliers, trim removal tool, and a razor blade. Now on both sides of the truck, we have to remove this headlight panel. It comes off by removing the 2 7mm screws and the trim clip up top. Remove the headlight trim panel by lifting it over this lip right here. And I like to work my way towards the middle. Now repeat the process on the other side. Next, we're going to remove these 4 10mm bolts and these 4 push pins. For these pins, you can use either pliers or screwdriver, but I'm going to use a panel removal tool. Next, unplug these 2 electrical connectors. And there's an 8mm bolt on the bottom of the grille that needs to be removed on both sides. Now on each side of the grille, we have to remove these 3 push pins from this rubber radiator shield. We can finally remove the grille now. You're just going to grab onto it carefully and lift up to remove it. Once you get the grille off the truck, unless you want to scratch your grille or damage it, you want to lay it on a nice soft surface such as cardboard, a blanket, or towels. We've got ours laying on a nice microfiber towel so it's not going to be scratched. Now with it on the table, we can remove the active shutter system from the grille. To start off, grab yourself a 10mm deep socket and remove the 3 nuts on the bottom of the active shutter. There's an 8mm bolt dead center in the shutter that needs to be removed as well. To finally remove this active shutter system, you need to remove the 10mm nuts at each corner of the shutter. If you start to loosen the nut and it just spins on you, grab yourself a flathead screwdriver and you can jam it in the hole. Give it a twist to apply pressure, and it should be just enough to hold it so you can loosen the nut. Now lift the shutter assembly off the grille and set it aside. We can now begin the installation of this LED grille light. To start off, use the supplied stainless steel hardware to mount the L bracket to the LED bar. Now you don't want to tighten these up just yet. Leave them loose so you can adjust it to the proper height that you want. Once you get the brackets on, you can line it up and see where you want to mount it. This is going to mount on the top of the grille using these bolt holes right here, and then you can adjust it vertically to where you want it to be. Make sure you can see all the LEDs through the grille. Also make sure that it's even and make any adjustments that you need. After you get the brackets lined up where you want them to be, tighten them up. Once the brackets are securely tightened up, put it back on the grill. Now we're going to reinstall the shutter. You're going to want to route the wiring through the top of the shutter assembly. To secure this light bar to the grill, you're going to stick your hand through the shutter and grab onto the L bracket and line it up with one of these holes here. And then grab these large clips that we removed earlier, just 2 of them, get it through, and do it to both L brackets. And now the LED bar secured. Now we're going to reinstall the bolt and 7 nuts that we removed from the shutter. Now we can reinstall the grill on the truck. Reconnect this radiator panel. Reinstall the 2 remaining clips for the front part of the shutter assembly. And then the 4 bolts. Don't forget the 2 bottom 8mm bolts. Reconnect the 2 electrical connections. Now to power this LED light bar, we're going to be tapping into the amber running light here. We have to run the wire out of the top of the shutter assembly just like this. If we try to run it underneath here to come out of this hole, it would interfere with the shutter and wouldn't allow it to close. With the wire from the LED bar running over here, we can disconnect the connector for the running light. There's a clip holding this harness to the headlight. If you can pop it off, you might get a little bit more slack, just to make it a little bit easier to work with. Now with a razor blade, cut away the electrical tape so you can gain access to the wires. Once you have the wires exposed, you want to grab the brown wire with a yellow stripe. This is the wire we're going to be tapping into with the supplied wire tap. Put the wire in the groove. And then grab a pair of pliers. And pinch it until you hear a click. Grab the red wire from the LED bar and plug it in. And reconnect the connector. Now we can work on the ground wire. Now we're going to remove the bolt for this ground wire and mount our ground wire for the LED to it. Run the ground wire under the core support. Then put your bolt through. Now that the ground is secure, you can test the light and see if it works properly. Alright, now to test to see if it works, just simply open up the door. And it seems to be working great. We can finish the installation. Starkey provides a couple zip ties so you can clean up the wires. Now we can reinstall the headlight trim panel. Reinstall the trim clip. Reinstall the two 7mm screws. And repeat the process on the other side. Now finally, reinstall the radiator cover panel. And reinstall the 10 fender clips. Now your installation's finished. Our Starkey Raptor style LED grill light is installed. It looks great, adds a little bit of attitude to our truck. Installation should take about 2 hours, and before you know it, you'll be heading down the road.